Good afternoon, guys. It's your boy Bel here, and we are going to. Oof, a little laggy on frames. I'm uploading something right now. But we will be showing you the ultimate pistol build updated. So we're just going to respec our trees. So you can just follow along with me if you'd like, or you can skip ahead, and I'll just show you at the end. So, Pestilence Hunter, get 2 right away, so we don't mess up anything else. Always just get 2 right here, because you'll need them later on. Moving on. We do not need the critical hits because we're using Infinity Pistol, right? Why would we need a critical hit? Why would we need that? We don't. So instantly we just go all into there. Then we proceed to get 3 on there because every time we get a critical hit, we'll have a chance to reset our cooldown and we'll basically be on fadeaway 24/7. Get 2 in here, 5 in here for extra projectiles, 3 in here, 1 in here, 1 back up there, 1 right here for extra critical hit damage, 4 right here, and 1 right there for more critical hit damage chances on any part of the enemies, which is just very, very good. So for this, we'll immediately want to get this because we'll be always shooting enemies and we'll always have a constant 20% damage boost. And we'll obviously want the fire rate. We're using an infinity build, right? Right. And we do want lick the wounds because sometimes you do get down, your pet will come get you. But when you're usually down, since you get increased gun damage while still 25% and extra fire rate when still 12%, this turn, tail, and run is very good. Otherwise, you can be moving, health regeneration, and damage reduction, and you just run, jump, and just shoot everyone. I will put 2 points in here for health regeneration. I'll also put 3 points right here for an extra additional 25% gun damage and movement speed. And last but not least, we will put 1 in here. So our class mod does increase it. This is also so your fadeaway action gets reset faster and faster. And we'll be using fadeaway, my jabber monkey for extra critical hit damage and movement speed, and then unblinking eye and gorillas in the mist. So in gorilla in the mist, you can shoot forever during your whole fadeaway, which is still 5 seconds. But it's reduced 5 seconds, but that's alright because you will always begin back very quickly. And moving on to this one, every third shot deals additional 75% per hit. So, well, actually, 75% per hit, and it resets every 3 hits. So you have 75%, and then you have 150%, I believe, and then up to 225%. So that's pretty crazy. And since you're using the Infinity Pistol, you're basically just spamming bullets out the whole time. Now, moving on to my build. We do have the Maggie here because it is a pistol and it will also be boosted by this. So if you're having troubles with a boss or someone, or you just want to, you're down, you want to quickly get up your last second, just boom, 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 Maggie. This pistol I'll get into. It's a special pistol. It's my specialty that I have uploaded also. And we're going on to the Nemesis. This thing is a beast. As you can see, while terrified, dealt 50% bonus cryo damage. And since we use this build that will always be terrified, we'll always have that 50% cryo damage. And we will actually be using it's a toss-up usually between the backfire shield. So every time my shield is down, I get increased 17% fire rate, which is good. But it's a 6,000 capacity, so it's innocent because you'll be destroying people a lot, and you'll be on fadeaway. You'll get fadeaway like instantly, so you're not going to get shot much. That's why I also use the Bandit of Sitarak, which gives me 22% weapon damage, 35 additional percent health, and 10% movement speed when my thing is depleted. And it's only 1,000 shield, so this thing goes down very quick, but also recharges up very quick. So you have, whenever, especially when you're down, you get the additional 22% weapon damage, or the fire rate, it's either up to you, but the 22% damage is pretty nifty. Moving on to my legendary, my super duper class mod. Bum, Untamed Killer Tamer. This class mod can be better in one way. I would like my top skills to be either in the red tree or the green tree, but as you can see, I have 13% fire rate and an additional 31% pistol damage, which, is pretty freaking crazy for an Infinity build. I'll be using the Krav Infinity, which is while terrified, I gain increased critical hit damage. And since I'm always terrified, and it's always stacked up, it's always additional 90% critical hit damage, and that's additional also the 15% in the skill tree, so that's 105 additional percent crit. And you just shoot people in the body, so you'll always be critting, which is just crazy. Moving on to my last one, but not least, 17% pistol damage, and I get 18% of my health back after killing an enemy. Since you will be taking a lot of damage with this build, you just be going around and you just shoot people, and that's it. Run around and just spam people down. As you can see, okay, pretty fast fire rate, you know, for an infinity build. We can even go to my other guns, my other Affinity, which even has a faster fire rate. And I will actually be using my back. I don't know why that thing's always messed up. I'll be using my Fire Infinity. Oops. I did not quit my Fire Infinity. Oh yeah, I did. It's just see how glitches. I don't know why it's so messed up. Instead of my Nemesis, I will be taking out my Bone Shredder. Forgot to mention this. This Bone Shredder is disgusting with this build. Look at this fire rate. Ready? Load. Even faster. Ready? All that. Done. So the high, very, very high DPS, but you run out of ammo very quickly. That's why you have two other Affinities. And then I have my Maggie. And since I have skill cooldown when I get Terror every 5 seconds, and I'll basically have Fade Away forever, I will literally have what's that called? Jeez, I can't even think right now. Unlimited Terror, so that means I can have unlimited ammo with my certain shield I use. Oops. So, if you do use the ammo regeneration shield with this build, you do still go through quite a bit of ammo, and you do have to watch yourself. As you can see, we're still terrified here. Actually, will not be using the I'm not going to be using the ammo regeneration build because I actually need the critical hit chance to gain ammo back into my magazine to show you guys how crazy this thing is. But in the meantime, we'll just show, as you can see, you can just run up on people here. Give me a second. These frames are really killing me right now. Close that out. Yep. Make sure it's closed. Let's see, get a couple more frames here because I am getting destroyed. Frames are getting murdered here. Okay, going back to here. Should be a little better. Yeah, we're doing better. The Infinity build updated. Look at all this damage. One-shot barrel next thing. Nothing can stand a chance against the Infinity. Oh, even look if there's modifiers at all. My bad, guys. So, minus 20% gun damage, plus 45% bolt damage, but minus 50% pistol damage, and minus 35. What the hell? That is some crazy modifiers. We're just gonna save quit real quick. Go back and maybe hopefully with some better modifiers. Otherwise, you saw how much damage I was doing, and if you can do the math right there, just by glancing at it, I could tell that you're still losing normal gun damage, which is what my build was using. In this one, we have minus 50% pistol damage. Whatever. We're just gonna take it. I can't showcase it all. I'm not gonna try to save quit, saving out and out and out. Just show you the base damage. That's that. I'll have this noob come out. This one can come out. As you can see, certified effect come on maximum, and I do not lose nothing negative happens to me because I've been certified with this. We'll always have that 90% crit. So as you can see, this thing melts. Like this, right? It does decent against bosses, but for mobbing, this is like very ideal. And yeah, just imagine what this would be without the modifiers of destroying my actual pistol damage. I wish there was just a way to just have modifiers to test out things in and out. But as you guys can see, we'll always have fade away basically. Yeah, I don't know what the heck I was shooting at right there. And look at that. Flip. See you later, world. Whatever. But, like, as you can tell, I am taking tons of damage. So it does sometimes lag when they have shield and stuff. Yeah. I need to get a shotgun. I just killed myself basically right there. I do need to get a shotgun. Come on, buddy. Res me. Man, if this was a negative modifiers, I could be showing you guys some crazy stuff. War dogs are always just tanky. I don't know why they're so tanky, but yeah. See stuff like that, we'll just whip out this guy, the Maggie, and then we'll just have no problem taking out these war dogs. That's why I have it, just for backup. Tank like that. Otherwise, this guy just spray him down like that. Right here. Don't need it. So yeah, there it is, guys. There you have it. This little boss guy right here. Fallen Guardian, he should be coming up here. Yeah, Dark Hostile, as you can see. That all just destroys, melts right through it. We'll even do a little trial run just because why not? We'll do a whole run to show you guys how good. Actually, we're gonna keep it short. Longer videos. Just want to get quick to the point. There you guys have it. My updated pistol guide. And I will keep it updated for you guys whenever I get a chance. Thank you. Leave a like if you enjoyed.